she's in the hospital. It was crazy. Like, that's the only way in my head that this could have happened. You understand? So the question was now for me was now like, how many people in Nigeria can afford to leave work for 6 months? And I started thinking about the knowledge when I started, you know, thinking about my finances, and I'm like, I mean, I have to get some financial education and stuff like that. And I came across emergency funds, and how many of us have emergency funds in Nigeria, which is a thing we should have. I mean, COVID dealt with, a lot of people lost their jobs and stuff and all that. And if you did not have any emergency fund or saving somewhere, I'm sure you went through a lot that period, you get. But emergency fund is something that we should all have, because things happen in life. Situations may come up, people lose their jobs unexpectedly, people have to move, people have maybe some kind of illness or something that you have to deal with that requires you taking time off work. You understand? And then what do you do in that situation? Which brings me to my next point. Last year, or was it 2 years ago? I don't remember. Two people I respected. One, in fact, I knew the two of them, but I was closer to one. But I'll talk about one. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but this person is popular, and this person died. And I've known this person for over 2 decades, and I've known that this person has always moved from gig to gig to gig. The person is always booked for one thing or the other. You understand? And the person, I don't know whether it was a heart attack, but the person died. And when the person died, I was like, you have been doing this thing for 2 decades. What came to my mind was that when we start approaching 50, you're not going to have the strength that you had in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. So what do you do when you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s? You're having back to back. Let's say you're an actor, or you're a singer or whatever and all that, and you have gigs. There's a tendency for you, or there's a temptation for you to feel like things will always be like this, and things will not always be like this. Even if you keep having the gigs, you're not going to have the strength to be able to meet up. God help you if you're not living a healthy lifestyle. You're not eating right. We can get away with a lot of things in our 20s and our 30s, but when you start hitting 40, it's a different ball game. When you reach 50, that's when your body will tell you, uncle, auntie, calm down. And if you don't calm down, if you don't change things around you, your body will shut down in one way or the other. For some people, death. Some people, stroke. The body will tell you, chill. So before you get to that stage, what are you doing now that the money is coming the way it is coming? Are we making investments? Because the end goal is not just for you to be able to pay your rent, drive a nice car, put your children in school. The end game is for you to have something that is bringing money, so that when you don't feel like working, money is working for you somewhere. So we are tempted. We are the hottest thing right now. Everybody is booking us for one thing or the other, and you think it will continue to be like that. And then you enter into your 50s, your body is not cooperating with you anymore. And then by the time you're 60, people will be like, what happened to this guy? What happened to this lady? She was the hottest. Da, 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 da. You did not make intelligent financial decisions when the sun was shining. You understand? Now you may say, in Nigeria, what are the investments that I can make? Well, I'm not your financial advisor. You have to do your own, research and everything. And I can't tell you, do your research. But one thing I know is real estate does not fail. If you do your homework and buy properties, landed properties, where the land is not encumbered and stuff like that, you can't miss it with real estate. That's the truth. That's just what I would drop. You may say, oh, you don't have enough money to buy land. Go to an area where nobody knows anything. When I was living in Lagos, Ekpe was. We went for a medical outreach then. It was really far away. Ibejuleki. And now, Ibejuleki Ekpe is. Do you understand? There's a refinery. So, you can go and find an area where there is nothing happening and buy. Because the cities will always expand. I'm not a financial expert. My point is that let's leave this temptation of thinking that we will always have the energy, we will always have the gigs. You will not always have the energy, you will not always have the gigs. If you're in your 20s, in your 30s, even in your 40s, it's never too late